It's fall, y'all. Welcome to the North Georgia mountains. The leaves are changing about 2 weeks early this year. But it's been very dry up here the last couple of months, so the peak leaf color will be very quick, probably just a few days. So for today's video, I'll be visiting 3 state parks in the Georgia mountains and see what the leaf color looks like. It's also a beautiful sunny day, expecting about 70 degrees or so up here for a high temperature. Not exactly feeling like fall though. The first stop on my day trip takes me to Amicalola Falls State Park and Lodge. It's about 20 to 25 minutes from LJ or Dahlonega or Dawsonville or Jasper. Starting out at the lowest level in the park, at this small man-made pool, it's hard to make out the falls from down here. The top of the falls is up there, and it's still kind of hard to make out even zoomed in. Once all the leaves are down, I should be able to see the waterfall clearly through the trees. Walking over here, you can see this pool is dammed up, and the excess water dumps into a culvert and under the road. No swimming in that pool. Not sure who'd want to swim in that. There's a path that follows a small river that results from the falls. I'm gonna walk along the path for a little bit, see if I can get a better look at the falls. Continuing up the path, thankfully it's paved. However, it's a pretty steep path up. Just about at a place where I can see the waterfall, but I need to do the intro first. Hey guys, I'm Emily. Welcome everyone! This is the first of a 2-part series, checking out fall leaves in many of Georgia's beautiful state parks. This video covers the leaf color as of October 24th, so there'll be still a lot of green color, but some good splashes of yellows and reds all over the place. So where's the best fall color? To find out, let's go! Zooming in from this point, and the falls are way up there. There's an easier way to get to those falls, so I'll head back down the trail. Still a lot of green color on the trees as of October 24th, with some good splashes of yellow, at least down here. The top of the falls is about 500 feet higher in elevation. Now back at the parking area, here's the culvert the water flows under, and the river continues downstream. The river is called Amicalola Creek. The easier way is to drive up the top of the falls road. The road leads to the top of the falls. There are some good splashes of color and the leaves along this road. As I drive uphill, the color is definitely changing. There are vibrant yellow, orange, and red color on the trees. I guess the higher elevation makes a difference as I drive above 2,200 feet above sea level. By the way, it's about 9 a.m. right now, not too busy, but this is a very popular park for people visiting from Florida and from Metro Atlanta. Amicalola Falls is one of Georgia's seven natural wonders. Still climbing, and definitely more color along this road. Now seeing some of the peach colors in addition to the yellow and red colors. Off this road is a small parking area that leads to a short path in the middle of the falls. It's not a very big parking lot and tends to fill up pretty rapidly. The path leading to the falls is this way. The path is not very long and is very pretty. Also a reminder, you're sharing the forest with large black bears. The sign asks you not to feed the bears or leave food out, and place garbage in bear-proof containers. This past pavement is old shredded tires that are compressed to form a hard surface but that is not slippery. On the left, where there is a wooden guardrail with a number 3 on it, look up and you'll see a very old pickup truck. This particular truck was carrying moonshine up this mountain road. This is a 1950s model truck, so this happened toward the end of the moonshining trade. The truck was modified to not only transport a lot of moonshine, but to evade police, as police cars were very heavy and couldn't easily navigate primitive mountain roads. And below this same stanchion is the truck's bumper. Back in the 1950s, it was considered much too dangerous to remove the truck, so they just left it here and let nature take it over. I'm not sure what happened to the driver. I'm almost at the end of the trail, and I can clearly hear the waterfall. The stairs ahead of me lead to the top of the falls. There are 425 steps up from this point to the top. No, thank you. The brown sign raised the difficulty as strenuous. 425 steps and leads to the top of the falls, and after that the lodge and the Appalachian Trail approach trail. Down there is the water continuing to cascade down the hill. The falls are just ahead. Now at the top of the road, we're at 2,600 feet in elevation. This is where the top of the falls are, and also you can take a path to the lodge or the path to the AT approach trail. Let's check out the view from the top of the falls. There's that long staircase with the 425 steps that led from the trail where we just were. It leads up to this point. Climb 42 stories? No, thank you. And here's the top of the falls. Way down there is that pool of water at the base of the falls. This little creek, which originates from a spring further uphill, goes under this bridge and goes down the hill and forms an amazing waterfall. Now all the way downhill, they are building a brand new visitor center, which is much larger than the old building. It says this is the crown jewel of the Georgia State Park system. They must want a nice visitor center to go with it. Now heading toward Trahlyta, some more nice leaf color along Highway 52. Also, lots of slow Floridians that can't drive really well on hills and curves. North of Dahlonega and south of the town of Suches is this roundabout, or traffic circle. There's a large pile of rocks in the median of the traffic circle. This is the rumored gravesite of a Cherokee woman named Trahlyta. Before this intersection was rebuilt as a roundabout, the stone pile was off to the side of the intersection. Out of respect, this intersection was constructed around the stone pile, which it now makes a great centerpiece for this new intersection. Not only that, this stone pile has grown quite a bit. Legend states that it's good luck to leave a stone, and it's bad luck to take a stone. With that, I won't be taking a souvenir from this place, but I will take a closer look, and there are a few stones which are very colorful and have words on them. We will always find each other. A couple of stones say Danke, or thanks. Gidget, 2010 to 2022, an homage to someone who passed away at age 12. I pray every day for you. And over here, two small stones, one a frog, and the other with a ladybug. Some other stones with people's names on them. This is a pretty big pile, probably several feet tall. Apparently this stone pile was started many generations ago. This general area is appropriately called Stone Pile Gap. One of the roads that connects to this roundabout is called Stone Pile Gap Road. Alright, let's make our way to our next destination. Now making my way north, driving up a windy road. This is a very beautiful stretch of road with lots of fall colors. Most of the trees have changed leaf color. This road is not too steep but is very curvy, and it stops at about 3,000 feet above sea level. This particular road is very popular with motorcyclists, so you'll need to be careful. I have seen many cops on this road. They're making sure people don't go above the posted 45 mile per hour speed limit. I'm heading toward Blairsville, but before I arrive there, I'll be going to another beautiful state park to see what the fall leaf color looks like. Hopefully they'll be as nice as the colors on this road. Still climbing up this road, we should be almost to the top. I wonder how many accidents they have on this road with all the curves. People frequently drive way too fast on these mountain roads, like my father, for example. Now at the top, this is where the Appalachian Trail crosses the road. The trail starts at Springer Mountain, not too far from here, and ends in Maine. Now going downhill, it's just as steep, and they even have runaway truck ramps. We're not far from the next state park. Also, it looks like the colors are much browner on this side. On the left is my next stop. This is Vogel State Park. This is the first time I've been to this park since I was an infant, probably not even 6 months old. This is a really beautiful park. Lake Trahlyta is on the left, and the large mountain that I'll zoom in on is Blood Mountain, which is one of the tallest mountains in Georgia. I believe the Appalachian Trail takes you close to the summit of the mountain, but don't quote me on that. Some information on this state park, as well as some tips on sharing this park with big black bears. The fall color is kind of muted here. Some trees have some color, but not a lot. It seems like we may have passed peak color here. At the start of the trail we'll be taking is paved with brick. People can purchase a brick, I guess, to eventually go around the lake. Panning over here, there's a beach, also some paddle boats that you can rent to go out on the lake. There's a compass incorporated to the floor here. The center says all roads lead to Vogel. Here's a nice deck that leads into Lake Trahlyta. From here you can see the whole lake. Today is a beautiful day, but I wish that there was better leaf color on the trees. Now continuing my walk around Lake Trahlyta. Trahlyta was the name of the Cherokee princess buried at the roundabout we saw earlier. I'm approaching the dam, which is used to form this beautiful lake. As busy as this park is, not very many people walk around the lake to see a waterfall directly below the dam. Here's the spur trail that will take me to Trahlyta Falls. It's just a short distance to get to the base of the falls, maybe a tenth of a mile. It's also nice and wooded, a little bit more fall color also. There's some traffic noise, as the thoroughfare we just drove on is about 200 feet away to my left. In front of me is Trahlyta Falls. The deck passes over the river that leaves the falls and forms a creek that I think heads north from here. Over there is some better leaf color just in here. It doesn't look like it turned brown like the other areas of the park. One more look at the lake, then I'll head to my next stop. I'm a little hungry, it's about 1 p.m., so I'm gonna get some barbecue. Now in Blairsville, I'm at Rib Country. There are 4 locations, this one and another one in Georgia, and 2 more in North Carolina. It's a pretty popular restaurant and the barbecue is really good. Taking a look at the menu, they have darn good meat. A nice assortment of appetizers and lunch sandwiches, also some great lunch specials, even some barbecue salads and some small meals for the little country kids. On the other side, some dinner platters with various meats, beef, pulled pork, turkey, shrimp, chicken tenders, and steak. Down here are the delicious ribs. They also have family-sized combos as well as desserts. Everything is good here. Here's what we ordered. We're sharing 1.5 rack of ribs. They have a nice sauce on them. Also garlic bread, baked beans, fries, and a baked potato. I also have a brisket sandwich with a side of fries, but I'm definitely going to take some of these ribs. You know the ribs are good when there is no meat on the bones. The ribs had a great flavor, they were not fatty. I like the sauce also. Now that we've eaten, on to the next stop. Stopping in Blue Ridge, about a half hour west of the restaurant, is this Muffler Man decorated as a dentist. He goes by the name Dr. Blue Ridge. This Muffler Man is found outside the small Blue Ridge dentist office. I considered going to this dentist not long ago, after they moved into this building. I think before the dentist took over this office, this was a hobby shop, and the Muffler Man was called Mr. Hobby and held a model airplane. This is a pretty cool find if you like to find Muffler Men throughout the country. Continuing west, a little west of LJ on another curvy, winding mountain road. I think this road might have the best color so far. Lots of different colors of leaves. Very beautiful through here. And it gets better and better as I go up in elevation. Looks like most of the trees have changed color in this section of the road. My final stop on this video takes me to Fort Mountain State Park. The entrance is on the right. Already it looks like the colors here are better than the other two state parks I visited. It's always very pretty in here and has a great overlook. Driving inside the park property, the trees have great color. I think the elevation of this park is about the same as Vogel State Park and also the top of Amicalola Falls, about 25 or 2,600 feet above sea level, but this one is the furthest west. Now the trailheads of two paths, one leading to the overlook, another to the stone wall tower. It's been a while, but I think the path to the left is the one I need to go to the overlook. There's a marker here on top of the slab. Normally the markers are on sign poles, but anyway. The trail leads to a prehistoric wall of loose rocks from which Fort Mountain takes its name. Apparently lots of legends surround this place. Now making my way up this trail, lots of rocks and tree roots, so I have to be careful with my footing. I don't want to trip. I don't think this trail is very long, but we'll see how long it takes. Definitely getting more rugged as I continue hiking uphill. Also the incline is a little more steep, plus once in a while people go downhill on this trail. Who is the right of way, uphill or downhill? Finally reached the stairs leading to the overlook. I think a couple of flights of stairs after this, and I'm at the overlook. Check this out. A really nice view of rural northwest Georgia. Just a few more steps down, and the overlook is just beyond that. Look at this view from the overlook. Like the old song from The Who, I can see for miles and miles and miles. It's a little hazy, but you might see a road in the center of the screen. That road leads to the city of Dalton. Okay, I made my way back up a few flights of stairs, and I'm continuing my way uphill. I'm heading for the remnants of the tower that's at the top of the hill. Also, there are lots of gnats here. I didn't expect gnats in this part of Georgia, but then again, if you notice, the ground is sandy, not red clay. It's just a little further to reach the old fort wall remnants. You might be able to see it up ahead. Well, this is interesting. This is a full tower structure and not just the remnants.
Okay, we're gonna take a picture.
It also looks like it's in pretty good shape. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go to the top of the tower. I bet there's a really nice view at the top of the tower. I'm thinking this tower has been rebuilt because it used to be a bunch of wall rubble. Looking inside here, it's locked up and I can't go in. I'm not sure what this room could have been used for. Ah, okay. This marker mentions this tower was restored in 2015. I guess the tower was part of the overall fort which stood here. The tower burnt down in 1971 and was left as a pile of rubble until 2015 when this tower was rebuilt. It did look almost new. I guess it's pretty new, about 7 years old. Now it's time to head back to the parking area. The fort wall is now the height of a stair step. Very hard to see while the leaves are on the trees. This path is basically a long series of steps. Not sure if this way would have been easier than the way we walked up to the observation deck. Finally, we're back. We have to watch out for children playing around here.
I don't know what's happening. And that's it. A long day. We drove about 200 miles. I think the colors on Fort Mountain were better overall than the other two parks. I'll be driving around to other state parks next weekend, and then I'll take a few weeks off of road tripping, thank God. But for now, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Look, Bucky the Beaver is here.